Oh. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dane Bramage Rocks channel. All right, time once again to break from our regularly scheduled program to bring you another entry into the Eurovision 2026 Song Contest and 70th anniversary. And the winners, the host country, is up. Austria. I'm talking about you. I'm really excited about this because we have the hometown song coming up today. And I have a great history with Austria since doing this channel. I mean, not personally, just reacting to the songs on this channel because I've hit them every single year I've done it, and started off with Taya and Selena with Who the Hell's Edgar. And that song was just awesome, followed by Kayleen, and as of course we know, JJ with Wasted Love, who won last year, giving Austria the opportunity to host this year. So today we got a entry out of Austria, and the artist is known as Cosmo, and the song is called Tannstein. I hope I'm saying that right, and this is the national final performance for that, so I'm very excited to see that. Curious to see how Austria is going to follow up to the all-star song that JJ sung last year to give you guys the opportunity to host and go straight to the finals this year. So regardless, Austria made it to the finals because they are the host city, but how is the song? Curious to find that out. Are you ready? Good, me too. Here we go. Yeah, Tannstein, something like that. I'm sure they're going to say it in the song, so we're going to figure it out also. But real quick, at the end of this, please stick around for a few minutes as we do the wrap-up and we learn all about the artist, read their bio, find out where they're from, and all that background information, and give credit where credit is due. But for now, to the music.
Steh vor dem Club, bin schon gespannt. Sag, hast du Lust auf einen Tanz?
Okay.
Wir treten ein, auf der Suche nach Ekstase. Doch hinterm Neonlichterschein liegt eine Tieroase. Und der Löwe versucht bei einer Gazelle. Der Hunger macht ihn böse und der rückt er auf die Bälle. Im Gehege geht er durch.
A gorilla, a lion, and a
bekanntlich nicht romantisch.
gazelle?
Er steht nicht aufs Gerede. Das kann doch gar nicht wahr sein. Die machen sich zum Affen. Um Tänzer seh ich gar kein. Ich hätte eine Idee, ein Konzept. Ja, das wäre einfach perfekt.
Definitely got some characters.
Tanzschein, da muss ich streng
Tannstein,
sein.
okay.
Weil ohne Tanzschein lass ich sie nicht rein. Haben sie einen Tanzschein? Das soll kein Witz sein. Weil ohne Tanzschein lass ich sie nicht rein.
All right, the crowd got a little into it there when they did that. So, Tannstein, got it. All right, so translation down, right? From the singer Cosmo. This is actually kind of neat. It's got a fun little dance beat, nothing out of control yet, but it's only been a minute, and some fun little animalistic characters going on here: a lion, a gorilla, some horned sheep or something like that, and a dude in a suit. This is curious. I'm actually now kind of excited for the wrap up to find out what this is all about. But let's go ahead and keep going here.
Weil ohne Tanzschein lass ich sie nicht rein. Ich schließ die Augen, dann bin ich Clubbesitzer.
Let's try it. Oh, there we go.
Steroidspritzer. Auch wenn sie nur bellen und eigentlich gar nicht beißen, das ist hier die Regel. Hunde müssen draußen bleiben. So kann es jeden Tag sein. Wir tanzen durch die Nacht und Löwen seh ich gar kein. Draußen macht sich wer zum Affen, doch der Türsteher sagt mit einem Lachen: Sie brauchen einen Tanzschein, dann muss ich streng sein.
What if I can try this?
Tanzschein, lass ich sie nicht rein. Haben Sie einen Tanzschein? Das soll kein Witz sein, weil ohne Tanzschein, dann kommen Sie nicht rein.
Oh.
Der Gorilla in der Ecke träumt von seiner Pirouette. Er scheut sich vor den Blicken, die die Artgenossen schicken. Ich nehm ihn an der Hand, ja, bildet einen Gang. Wir schauen uns in die Augen und ich fange an. Du kannst mir vertrauen, hier ist alles erlaubt. Wir haben uns doch lang genug versteckt.
I got excited when I saw the guitar. It didn't have as big as a part as I thought it was going to. I thought we are going to see some little bit of like rock sprinkled into this. It seems to be more just like a club beat kind of song, a little techno, a little EDM, which is fine. Is it strong enough to hold any weight in the finale? I'm not sure, but we'll see how this ends. And I'm kind of curious to learn about the character here, the guy, and see how this selection came about, and see where this goes.
Wir haben uns doch lang genug verstehen. Und alle wollen einen Tanzschein. Sie wollten wir sein, doch ohne Tanzschein. Wenn sie Tiere bleiben, haben sie einen Tanzschein. Das soll kein Witz sein, weil ohne Tanzschein, dann kommen sie nicht rein.
Okay. Crowd seemed to be into it a little bit. That's fine. So okay. We already know that song's in the final because I believe the host city automatically makes it into the final, correct? I believe that's what's true. So they're going to get there. That's great. They are still going to practice or play during one of the semifinals because I think now even the top 5 in the host city do perform in the semifinals. Is that song going to make it very far in the finals? It wasn't my cup of tea, so I don't see it being that strong of an entry, and I hate saying that. You came off such a powerhouse yesterday. I mean, how do you follow, or last year, how do you follow JJ? Is impossible because that song was phenomenal. That dude's voice was phenomenal. Cosmo here, I'm not saying it wasn't entertained. Didn't seem to have like a very strong voice. Was just kind of dancing around. It was kind of basic movements, and I think it was just, I hate to say it, it was just kind of basic. And that's funny because I really don't put down songs a lot on this channel, but it's like just it is what it is. But let's see what we can find out about Cosmo during the wrap up. Stick around. All right, good news is I did dig up some great information about the artist in that song, so we're going to dig in a little bit to that, which is absolutely phenomenal. That has that one video alone, which is hosted on the Eurovision Song Contest YouTube channel, has 850,000 views, and it did upload 2 months ago there, and so curious to see what the public thinks about it. But jumping over here real quick to the Eurovision.com story about Cosmo. Cosmo will represent Austria in Vienna. And there's the picture of the band and the group themselves. I do love these costumes. And once we found out about the idea of the song, it does make a little more sense. Austria has its host entry into the 70th Eurovision Song Contest. On Friday, 20 February, Austria got to decide on the song that will represent the nation on home turf ahead of the 70th edition of the Eurovision Song Contest. Vienna Calling, who will sing for Australia, is the national final that was held in selecting the Australia song for Vienna 2026, with 12 songs competing for that honor. The winner on the night was determined by both public televote and a jury made up of 43 musical experts, with the 50% weighing given to each. And we now have our first song confirmed for the 70th anniversary song contest grand final on Saturday, 16 May, Tanzschwein by Cosmo. And then Tanzschwein was awarded the full 12 points from the public vote and a further 10 points given by the jury. This gave Cosmo a 2-point lead over the entry in second place, Lena Schauer, with Painted Reality. The show was hosted by Alice Tumbler, and the artist who gave Austria the bronze medal finish at Lisbon 2018, Cesar Samson. With the special guest performer for the evening, it doesn't get any more special than the singer responsible for the 70th anniversary song contest taking place in Vienna, JJ. The reigning champion performed a mashup of his winning song Wasted Love and his latest single Shapeshifter. The singer also took part in the show as a panelist, giving commentary after each of the 12 performances. Well, that's kind of fun, JJ participating in that, and it makes sense. All right, Cosmo. Cosmo is a Hungarian-born singer who grew up in Burgenland, Austria, and now lives in Vienna. His stage name reflects his openness to the world and his fascination with the universe. He plays guitar and piano and takes vocal lessons from an opera singer in Graz. That's kind of cool, actually. So this guy's actually trying to make, something of himself. Taking vocal lessons, plays guitar, plays the piano. The dude's deep-rooted in music. That's fantastic. In 2022, Cosmo reached the final of The Voice Kids. Since summer 2025, he has been writing songs together with his producer and Garnish drummer Marcus Penner. At the same year, he founded the band The Thumbs for live performances and studio recordings. He has performed at clubs, balls, and all warm-up act for Starnacht and Nationalisserie in Graz at the gasometer together with the voice coach Alvarado Soler. At the Eurovision Song Contest, Cosmo aims to make the audience dance. He wants to inspire audiences and spread love throughout his music. So now this is what makes sense to me, because it seems like he was trying to get like the crowd into it when he was singing his national final performance there, right? On this song, Cosmo said, I had an experience in a club where I was so excited to finally go, and suddenly nobody was dancing. And the song is about clubs being about dancing again, and you only getting in with the dance pass. The Eurovision Song Contest is a big dream of mine. As a child, I watched Conchita Wurst win on TV, and then last year, JJ won. Those were moments full of adrenaline and pure joy for me. And then I found this neat little article. It's called Behind the Lyrics on the EurovisionUniverse.com website. At first listen, Tanzschnein feels like a classic club anthem. There's excitement and an entrance, neon lights glowing in the dark, and a promise of a long night on the dance floor. Yet beneath the upbeat atmosphere lies a sharp and careful constructed social commentary. The nightclub of Tanzschnein is not just a setting, it's a metaphor for society itself. Inside the symbolic space, people are portrayed as creatures driven by instinct rather than awareness. Their lyrics describe exaggerating displays of dominance, territorial behavior, and social performance. By comparing partygoers to animals, this song humorously exposes patterns that feel uncomfortably familiar in real-life nightlife culture. The dance floor becomes less about music and more about hierarchy, ego, and image. That's actually kind of true. That's funny that they pointed that out. At the center of the narrative is the idea of the so-called dance license. While the sound like a playful requirement at the club door, it represents something much deeper. In Tanzschnein, the dance license symbolizes emotional intelligence, respect for others, and the ability to move through shared spaces with confidence and empathy. Those who possess it are welcome inside. Those who remain outside, trapped in behavior, is that impulsive performative. I will leave that link for you down below, because it actually does touch on like the whole meaning behind the song, and it makes sense. And they talk about that masculine dominance. He had that line in that gorilla who were kind of like, establishing dominance, while this little female gazelle in the middle was just kind of like, get away from me, I'm just here to dance. And we're all just trying to celebrate together and not have to worry about any of those social territories that people tend to put themselves into. And this is why I like doing this in the wrap up and learning about the artist, because when you learn about them, you kind of get a better feel for the music and why they made it the way it is. And now I appreciate that song much more than I originally did. But curious to know what you thought about it. Leave me those comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, jump over to their channel and check out that video as well to give it more of an algorithm of like as well, and share this to anyone you think is out there. And how do you think Austria is going to do this year? They're reigning champs. The continue on gets in, Austria itself. Curious to what your thoughts are, so please let me know all those things. One last time, everybody, that was Cosmo with Tanzschnein, Austria's national final performance and entry into the Eurovision Song Contest of 2026. Thank you so much for checking this out, and until next time, keep on rocking.